Hello everyone, welcome to another Making Monday Lovable video. I wanted to call this video today Reflections on Feedback, and I've decided I would just make this video even though I'm not completely sure about my thoughts on it. Not really this, but about sharing my thoughts on this topic. But I decided I would just go for it. It's fine. I don't have to have things all the time completely figured out, and maybe it's good to just sometimes also share things that I'm not sure if I should share them. So it is about the recent poll that I did here on LinkedIn. I asked you guys what you would like to see in the Making Monday videos next year, because right now I've been doing this for a whole year, which I'm super proud of. I'm very happy that I managed this. And I just was curious about what you think or what you would like to see, because I thought to continue with these videos. And then I put up 3 options, more personal stories, experiences, technical sharings, informations, or specific projects that I work on. I decided to not put anything around plant science specific, because I post about it a lot, and the illustrations, you see them. So I thought I make a mix of something that I like to, or I've been doing, something that I haven't really been doing, and to get a feeling of it. And it was just out of curiosity, because I get very positive feedback about this Making Monday Lovable videos, so I'm glad that they resonate. And I never really did a poll, so I thought like, oh well, I can just try that. And yeah, these were my 2 reasons, just to see what you think. And then I recently got the results, and they were a bit surprising for me in a way. Not that I expected anything, but maybe I hoped for a different outcome. I'm not sure. I also got some messages, and then I thought about, okay, well, what do you do with this now? What are you supposed to do next year, Daria? I thought, because according to the results, I should talk about technical issues around my work. And I would just be very honest here. I'm usually honest here as well, but the technicalities of my work are, to me, one of the most boring sides. And I couldn't come up with a better word. And saying this, I don't mean to offend anybody that would want to see these things and is interested in the technical side of those illustrations, because I can see why it could be interesting for somebody that doesn't know how it works, technically speaking. And in a way, when I thought back, I realized that many people are asking me often about the technicalities. So I did a video on like which softwares I use and stuff like this. But it was not so much that I talked about technical details. And I have been asked sometimes, oh, can you teach me how to do it? And I would usually say like, no, I can't. I can't teach you how to illustrate. I can't teach you how to draw. That's what I would respond to those people that would ask me, because this is really not what I'm interested in doing. I'm not a drawing, illustrating, or painting teacher, and I don't want to become one. And I think there are so many resources and so many tutorials and so many great teachers out there that teach the basics of drawing, of illustrating, shadows, perspectives, lighting of certain objects in a certain space, that I don't have to add to this, and I don't want to add to it. And the technicalities of my work are basically my skills that I have, that I just draw, I just use them, and then the softwares that I use, or the hardwares that I use. And for me, that's it. And there's somehow not much more that I could talk about, because it also looks so much different to anybody. I won't say like use Adobe Illustrator, because well, maybe you're fine with PowerPoint, or maybe you're fine with CorelDRAW. Who am I to tell you to switch the tool that you're using? I'm not going to do this. And the other thing is, it's just practice. It's just drawing and illustrating and doing, and that nobody can take away. This is just time and effort everybody needs to spend and do on this. So I really don't know what I could add to this, but I got these responses. So now I was thinking, okay, well, Daria, you asked, so that's what you get. Yeah, exactly, that's what I get, and that's how I take it. And now, what can I do with it? It's up to me again. But this is where I feel a little bit bad, because if I ask, I get a reply. If I don't do, it's kind of unpolite. I shouldn't, I should listen because I asked. But I actually have the choice to decide. I want to do it or I don't want to do it. And that's something very tricky for me to admit, because I don't want to dismiss other people's wants and wishes. But I started this video series, first of all, to challenge myself to get in front of the camera, because I was freaked out and afraid about it. And the other reason was that I wanted people to get to know me, like give people the chance to get to know me, and then share what I do in my work. So these were the main reasons. And just because I get a certain reply out of a poll that I asked, if it doesn't resonate with me, I can actually choose to not do it. And that is a very freeing feeling somehow, to admit this, also like in front now in this video, because it doesn't mean that I will completely dismiss it. I might still do a couple of technical videos, because I will keep this in mind. But I will just continue also doing what comes up from my heart and from my space, that I think I will enjoy sharing with you. Because if I don't enjoy the things to share with you, why would you? In a way, I will not go into color theory, for example, because it's too technical for me and too mundane and boring, and it is super freaking important. I do not mean to dismiss color theory, it's essential. There's so many things out there, so I don't feel that I could add my 2 cents to it. I'd rather add some 2 cents to the world that is just coming from me, that is not out there yet, somehow like that. These are my thoughts about this. And generally, like, I'm constantly, exposed to feedback, because when I work with my clients, there's always feedback around, back and forth, new ideas and new changes, so it's a normal thing for me to get feedback, to give feedback, because I also give feedback back, and share my thoughts. So it's a natural process for me to do, this back and forth. And now I was confronted with like a feedback that I kind of didn't feel like easy. And back and forth, and shouldn't I share it? So that was a little bit of a conundrum that I had, that I decided to share. And now that I talked about it, as usual, it works like this for me. I feel better afterwards. So thank you a lot for listening to today's video. I wanted to say that it has been snowing 3, almost 4 days in a row here. Now we have like 30, almost 40 centimeters of snow. It's amazing. That's the other information I wanted to throw in. Otherwise, I wish you a nice Monday and a great week, and talk to you next week. Bye bye.